Welcome to Clarity Currents, the secret podcast with me, Danielle Laura, where I share weekly channeled messages about the energetics of the week and the areas of opportunity, so you know how to work with the energy rather than in resistance to it and know how to leverage it for your highest level good in your business, relationships, health, wealth, spirituality, and legacy. This is Clarity Currents episode for the week of November 3rd through 11th, 2025. Let's dive in. When I tune into the overall energetics of the week, I see this image of this storm is right about to end, and it's that moment that the sunlight is peering through. And it's like you can feel the air feels lighter, fresher, clearer. This is the week of transformation through tension. So emotional truths that have been suppressed, particularly around your sense of identity and self-worth, are going to be spotlighted. You might feel a little bit tender or even reactive, but this is just the purge before the peace that is going to come after. By midweek, it does feel like clarity returns, and you'll see exactly what needs to change within your mindset, habits, or self-belief to bring your next level of manifestation into form. We're being invited into embodied transformation by grounding our spiritual breakthroughs into our tangible reality. So we have to make what we are learning real. There's also a spotlight on miracles coming in through emotional maturity. So the more honest you are with your emotions, the more the divine can move through you. The theme of the week is emotional clarity through surrender. What you release becomes the soil for what you bring in next. Business for the week of November 3rd. When I tune into the energetics of business this week, I see a phoenix made of gold dust rising slowly but surely from the ashes, which is a metaphor for the projects, offers, and directions that are being reborn through this week's tension. Early in the week, frustrations or even fears around your business identity might surface, like, who am I becoming? What do I really want to build now? These questions are sacred invitations to align your business with your evolution. The message is very clear here. Stability comes from authenticity, not control. There's also a spark of new courage, so it is definitely time to move forward boldly on what feels true, even if that means leaving old strategies behind. So ask yourself, where am I resisting the new direction my soul is clearly leading me towards? What would it look like to lead my business from inspiration rather than obligation? The path of least resistance in business this week comes from turning and trusting the pivot. Let what's ready to transform actually transform. Relationships for the week of November 3rd. When I tune into the energetics of relationships this week, I see two hands letting go in liberation. Old stories and expectations are being rewritten. You're being asked to deepen your emotional truth. Are you loving from fear or from your fullness? Tension at the start of the week may mirror some wounds of not being seen or feeling like you're not chosen, but this is a sacred confrontation. This is a chance to reclaim your power, heal any codependent patterns, and choose love from sovereignty. Midweek through the weekend, the energy of heartfelt connection and emotional renewal is very present, so let honesty guide your communication. Health for the week of November 3rd. When I tune into the energetics of health this week, I see a body exhaling after this long-held breath. It's detoxing, clearing, releasing. So emotional and physical purification are intertwined this week. So you might feel fatigue, maybe some digestive sensitivity, or even a random ache. All of these are signs that your body is recalibrating. You're being reminded to ground back into the body. Eat slow, nourishing meals, move intuitively, and sleep deeply. And remember that transformation comes through integration, not through forcing. A question you can ask yourself is, what emotion am I holding in my body that's ready to be released through gentleness? Wealth for the week of November 3rd. When I tune into the energetics of wealth this week, I see this slingshot tension before this big launch. So financial shifts may come through opportunities that require courage or a change in your mindset. You're being asked to break free from old money beliefs and embrace a new level of trust with your resources. Let your worth dictate your wealth, not the other way around. The more you value your peace, presence, and purpose, the more abundance mirrors that energy. So a journal prompt you can ask yourself is, where am I still gripping scarcity disguised as stability? Spirituality for the week of November 3rd. When I tune into the energetics of spirituality this week, I see this radiant beam of light breaking through this cracked shell, which is a metaphor for the awakening through the process of surrender. There is a massive portal for divine downloads, clarity, and renewed faith. So it is a week where miracles move through action, not waiting for the perfect plan, but stepping forward as if it is already blessed. You may receive vivid dreams, prophetic insights, or sudden realizations, so anchor them through ritual, prayer, and journaling. A mantra you can use this week is, I trust what's breaking open is making space for divine expansion. And legacy for the week of November 3rd. When I tune into the energetics of legacy this week, I see a compass finally clicking into place, and its magnetic north is restored. You're being asked to revisit your big vision and ask, is what I'm building still aligned with who I'm becoming? You might feel pulled to revise your mission statement, reimagine your next chapter, or even refine your message. This is divine timing for refinement. We're also being reminded that legacy isn't built through speed. It is built through emotional integrity and faithfulness to the call. So this week, your legacy asks, where am I called to lead with more heart? And what vision am I ready to commit to, both with faith and with action? There you have it, hot soul, your intuitive forecast for the week. Wishing you a week of clarity, courage, and miracles. Until next week.